the postseason. And Bryson Stott hits one off the umpire, and it caroms right to the first baseman. It's a fair ball.
Rays and Phillies tied at 4 in the 8th. We're in Philadelphia for this one, or at least I'll be soon enough.
Much as you don't want them to be, they are. Yeah,
How
right
about that carom?
Foot and a one hopper.
Remember, only 2 types of umpire interference: interfering with the catcher's throw on a pitched ball, or a fair ball touching an umpire on fair territory before passing a fielder.
The tie game in the 8th. Over the head of the line of
Base it to right. Off that does come. Fly ball. Exclamation.
And just like that, it's 9-4 with Castellanos at bat, runner on second.
Castellanos is hit by the pitch, and he is not happy. The benches are going to clear. Harper's already at the mounds.
The first order of business is to identify exacerbators, responsible separation of the teams, and then determine what precipitated the clearance.
Been hit a handful of times this week. Dusty Watson comes over with Brandon Marsh to move Harper away.
The intentional pitch at batter rule says you can do one of 2 things: throw the pitcher out of the game, or pitcher and manager, or you can warn both teams.
They got to move those guys out.
I think Strom ran out though in his
He did in his shorts
and tank top.
Yeah.
At any other level, that's a problem. High school, college, everyone's gone. But in pro ball, they treat it a bit differently.
Yeah, that if Nick moves in just a half a step, that thing's behind him.
To determine whether this was an intentional hit by pitch, umpires will take into account things like game situation, type and speed of pitch, the count, and any prior activity like, Tampa giving up 5 runs to the Phillies in the 8th inning.
Yeah, and then they'll probably warn both teams.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like about the rules of baseball now, or that you don't give the other team a chance to retaliate.
Which is true. The manual specifically says there is no retaliation chance.
Yep, Uceta's out. That's not a surprise.
Though what I would say, in recent years, there have been more ejections directly than going to warning. They still do, but there are more times where they choose option A now than there used to be.
Cash can't be surprised either. He just said, yep. And they've just warned both benches.
The rule is that with all ejections for throwing out, if warnings aren't already in place, like here, they automatically are put into place upon the ejection.
Don't blame the umpires. Go blame the guy that drilled someone on purpose.
What a nightmare inning here for the Rays.
Quick tidbit before we go: James Hoye's last ejection was also for throwing at a batter intentionally.